Hi, welcome to Massage Therapy on Reddit. My name is Elizabeth McIrvin, and I have a new kitty. Oh my gosh. She is like not gonna let me do this episode, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Hi, say hi to the people. She's messing with the cords. Anyways, let's officially do that again. So, my name is Elizabeth McIrvin. I'm a massage therapist. I have been for 14 years, but I am also a writer and a comedian in Hollywood. What makes me qualified to call myself a comedian, you might ask? Well, I spent over almost 10 years next year on stages all over Los Angeles, from downtown to the valley to Long Beach to everywhere in between. Okay, little black box theaters where nobody goes, where no laughs are happening, and only awkward silences and sexual harassment is happening. That is open mics, and I suffered through them, and then I suffered through thousands of dollars of improv classes by also sexist men. So like I'm gonna take that title, okay, and I'm fucking funny, so shut up. Oh my gosh, I mostly just make myself laugh to be real. Anyways, oh my god, little kitty is just like little kitty, my little sweetie. She loves me. She's gonna be my little podcast kitty, my little podcast kitty. Okay, hello. Yes, and since I am a massage therapist and a comedian and a writer in Hollywood, I am the perfect person to dissect these crazy massage therapy Reddit stories, okay, in an often misunderstood industry, okay? Because people always be getting stuff wrong about the massage therapy industry. Hello. That's why I wrote a book. That's why I'm starting a podcast. And that fuels my daily rage. Anyways, let's get started, because I found I guess sort of a post that people are very interested in. And now I'm interested in reading it and seeing what's going on. So let's get into it, shall we? Oh my gosh, I watched too much Sloane. Let's get into it. All right. No, but for real, we're going to get into it. Okay. So, started texting clients posture reminders between sessions. Didn't expect what happened next. Okay. Posting this because it started as a weird experiment and turned into the thing clients mention most when they come back. We noticed a pattern. Most of our clients come in with the same complaint: back pain, tension, posture issues, and leave feeling great. Then they go back to sitting hunched at a desk for 8 hours a day and wonder why everything tightens up in 3 weeks. So we tried something, built a simple client list, segmented by reason for visit, and started sending targeted check-in texts between appointments. Not booking reminders, actual useful nudges. Clients with posture issues get things like reminder, shoulders back, screen at eye level, or quick check, are you slouching right now? Clients working on mobility get, don't forget your pre-sleep stretch tonight. Clients who haven't been in a while get, it's been a minute, how's the back holding up? Everything's still feeling good from our last session. At first, few people mentioned it, then slowly clients started bringing it up on the table. Your texts are making me stand up to exercise. I caught myself slouching and thought of you and just automatically fixed my posture. The last one stuck with me. We're not doing body work anymore. We're kind of staying in the room with clients between sessions. Running the segments through SMS marketing platforms so it scales without us texting everyone. Brought back probably 8 to 10 people in the last 2 months who we thought were just gone. Anyone else sending educational or reminder content between appointments feels like an underused part of the client relationship. Actually, I love this. Okay, obviously, you don't have to sign up for stuff if you don't want to sign up for stuff, right? I sign up for SMS texts from dispensaries. Marijuana dispensaries are sending these kind of texts. Actually, they'll be like, oh, you haven't, gotten a stash in a while, like you need to smoke up or whatever. It's cute. Sometimes I unsubscribe and I get annoyed, but hey, whatever. I signed up for it. It might remind me, it might not. I wasn't annoyed by it. I wasn't mad by it. I think it's a great idea. Let's see what the comments say. Because maybe they don't think it's a good idea for some reason. Dude, that's freaking dope. I'll definitely keep this in mind when I get to to set up my private practice. I often get clients who like to book when things feel bad, despite all the aha moments on the table. This is such a gentle way to remind people why they even came to see you in the first place, and giving them back a little bit of power and taking care of themselves. Sure, it helps with some rebooking, but your approach is definitely rooted in caring for the clients, so that eliminates any pretense. I actually like as well, because if I got to pick the text I would be sending my clients, I would definitely send a thank you text. I've thought about thank you notes for my clients, like just mini little notes for them to take home. Like, your body thanks you for like taking care of it. Because I think that's a really important part of the whole thing, is to be thinking about the body, to be thinking about the posture, to be thinking about your session. Oh my gosh, what is her fascination with this thing? I won't lie, this thing right here, it emits some sort of noise, because like if everything is completely silent, I can still hear it running. Oh, look at her playing DJ real quick. Kitty's playing DJ. That's okay, she's a podcast kitty. She's just learning. She's the intern for the day, you know what I'm saying? So she's just learning the ropes. We got to give her a chance, you guys. Anyways, let's see what else they said. That's interesting. Just make sure they voluntarily opted in for the text messages, just like they would for email content. This, I like my MTs, but I do not need texts. Okay, yeah, like I said, like you could just unsubscribe if you're not interested. It's not that hard. Anyways, okay, well, that was interesting. People seem down. That seems like a great idea. Okay, great. This says professional social media, ? I got an offer to work at a spa that requires you to manage a separate professional Instagram social media page that solely promotes the spa. You are not allowed to promote just yourself and your skill. This page is maintained outside of working hours. Is this a red flag? Yeah. Manage a separate professional Instagram account. So what? There's like multiple pages for the same business because they're not promoting themselves. I don't understand. If it's required to work, you should be paid for the time if you're managing socials. Otherwise, red flag. Though I do agree, if you're into marketing, it could be an opportunity. Just to be sure your full name is out there for future clients to be able to find you. If you aren't comfortable with, plus it's a paid, hard no. Yeah. If it's paid, obviously, yeah. Like, if it's not paid, then no. Like, the fuck? Why are always people trying to make people do things unpaid? Stop doing that. Stop it. Look, even Kitty's looking at me. She's like, what are you so upset about? I am upset about unpaid wages. Podcast Kitty. Okay. Anyways, somebody else said, huge red flag, especially if they're expecting you to do this outside of working hours without pay. That's illegal. You're an MT, not a marketing professional. Creating content is a huge time, energy suck. Tell me about it, stud. Oh my God. If you're going to be spending all the time promoting, you might as well be working for yourself. Providing you with clients is the main benefit of working at a spa. Yeah, actually, low-key, that's a part of the budget that like the business will claim on their taxes is marketing and having to pay for marketing. So if they're claiming that they're paying people for marketing and they're actually not, that's double illegal. That's getting you to do work and not paying you, and then that's claiming on their taxes that they paid for work and they didn't. So hopefully, oh my God, Kitty. Okay, client pet peeves. We love this. Yes, we do. Okay, mine is clients who look directly at the clock when I finish up. Like, what is that? What were you thinking about the whole time? I gave you an extra few minutes. Damn, relax. Hilarious. Oh my God, I hate it when people look at the clock right away. I actually haven't had it happen in a long time, and I usually put like blindfolds over people's eyes like after I flip them over halfway through, so it actually would be a little strange if they like immediately took the blindfold off and looked at the podcast Kitty scratched me. Oh my God, no, not this shirt. It's a new shirt and Mama loves it. Come here, sweetheart, come here. You can go deeper if you want to. Oh my God, this is somebody else venting about a pet peeve. Oh my God. You can go deeper if you want to. Every massage therapist, this is their pet peeve. I can guarantee it. You can go deeper if you want to. You choose the pressure, sir. ma'am, this is your massage, not mine. I don't want to go deeper. I barely want to be here. Like, I could be giving you Swedish pressure and like be not doing that much work. Like, I mean, Swedish has its benefits. Light massage has benefits. Don't discount it. But if you want pressure, just ask for pressure. I don't want to give more pressure. Okay, this is interesting, and we really haven't talked about this yet in an episode, is emotional releases. So this is a new topic. My very last client had a pretty great emotional release today. I felt so bad because I was being extremely judgmental when he first got on my table, but by the end we had such an amazing session together. I had actually just finished up and was prepping to leave the room when he asked if I could do 2 extra minutes on his neck and traps. Now I know we're supposed to have our time boundaries, but he'd indicated at the beginning that most of his pain was in his shoulders, trap, and neck area. We only had a 15-minute session and he still wanted full body, so I told him I'd do what I can as far as giving extra time to his problem areas. However, since he still felt discomfort there and he was my last client, I decided to give him those 2 minutes as he requested. That's not that much. That's not going that much of an extra mile. That's fine. I'm so glad I did. I started off with general strokes before doing some petrissage on his traps. While he did deep breathing, I followed that up with stripping his SCMs, levators, scalenes before doing compressions on each with deep breathing. Oh my God, this girl knows her muscles. Good for you, girl. You get it. SCM, sternocleidomastoid. I'm pretty sure that's how you say that. 99.99% sure. Podcast kitty approves. Hi, sweetheart. I love you. I'm going to pet you as soon as we're done, okay? Okay. So, as his neck muscles loosen up, I could feel a couple knots presenting themselves in his right SCM. I used compression with my thumb to clear them at one time. With each one, I could hear his breath sounding, to me, more and more intentional. As the last one was clearing, his deep breath sounded shaky, and he says, I think I'm having an emotional release. At first, I just smiled and asked, you know what an emotional release is? Genuinely dumbfounded because he's only the 3rd client I've ever experienced this with. I've been a therapist for less than a year. Well, less than a year and having 3 clients with an emotional release, that's a pretty good amount, actually. And it's kind of funny because, like, I do have people that have emotional releases now. Don't get me wrong. Did a ghost just pass by, kitty? I saw a shadow and then she looked. Anyways, maybe it's something that like the universe gives you at the beginning of your career, because I remember having a lot of emotional release clients, a lot of clients who went through a lot of traumatic stuff when I first started. Don't get me wrong, I still have that. It just doesn't happen as often. So anyways, it says, I think I'm having an emotional release. Let's see. And the last 2 were completely confused about what was happening. I thought it must be an unknown among clients. I hadn't even heard of such a thing until I went to massage school. As he was answering why he knows about them, his voice started to crack, and that was it. He could not stop crying. He kept saying he didn't realize how much he had been emotionally carrying and how much pain he was in. I sat with him a bit longer and just provided a comfortable presence. Oh my gosh, I'd feel so uncomfortable if somebody was crying. I must admit I suck at that. I mean, if somebody's crying like during the session, but like if the session ended and they were still like audibly crying like pretty hard, I might not know what to do. Maybe I would just leave. I don't know. Because I think if I was crying, I would probably want the massage therapist to leave. That's probably how I would feel. But anyways, people are different. And this lady seems very nice and empathetic. Long post though, girlfriend. Okay, so here we go. Blah, 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 blah. Last for the day. Please take a minute alone. Come out when you're ready. About 10 minutes later, he met me in the hallway. We ended up spending another 20 minutes talking there. He was trying so hard to stop crying. Still, I told him with these kind of situation, it is completely normal for the tears to be beyond you, and that it could be cathartic to just let it out. By the end of the conversation, he'd shown me his beautiful fur family waiting for him back at home, a sweet old horse and a dog. Oh my God, that's so sweet. And asked for a quick hug. We hugged for a second, and he was just so thankful for the whole experience. He said he couldn't believe how relieved he felt. He also couldn't believe how little he could move his neck before. All in all, sessions like these is what really makes the job feel so fulfilling. I literally only had 2 clients today. A friendly older woman at 10 a.m. and this sweet young man at 4:30 p.m. I'm so glad I didn't call my day early. I've had so many days like that. Oh, Hi, sweetheart. I'm gonna pet you. I know you're over this. You said, Mama, give me attention. I hate this. Maybe that sound is irritating her. Who knows? Anyways, yeah, that always kind of happens, huh? I'm like having a bad day. I'm ready to leave. My last client or whatever is not booked. Then somebody books, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I hate this. I don't want to be here. Everything sucks. And then it's just like the greatest session ever. And you're so glad you stayed, and it goes awesome, and you have a return client. So, yeah, you really never know how your day is going to go. But damn, she started at 10, only had one client at 10, and then a client at 4:30. And then she stayed 20 minutes after? Girl, I hope you got paid for that day. It is illegal in California for them to make you sit at a spa all day and not get paid. You get paid minimum wage if you are sitting at a spa. And that should be how it is in every state. But unfortunately, I do not think it is. So, anyways, me and Podcast Kitty say goodbye now. This was lovely. Okay, bye-bye. Say bye-bye, Podcast Kitty. Bye-bye, Podcast Kitty. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to edit this and cuddle with her. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you for listening.